Hi, and welcome to my channel, Stories and Fundas of Life and Finances. In this channel, we will learn how to take care of our money, our savings, our spendings, and our investments. So without any further delay, let's get started. Today we will learn how to calculate the return on your investments which you do from time to time. Suppose you are investing something today. So when you get a certain amount of money after 1 year, after 2 years, or whenever you take it out, how will you know that it has given a good amount of return or not? So we will talk about ways in which we can find out how much return our investments have made. We will talk about three types of returns. The first is the absolute return. So absolute return is calculated when you put in a certain amount of money at a point of time and you take it out at another point of time. So suppose you are putting in 100 rupees today and taking out 200 rupees after 1 year. So you get a return of 100% in 1 year. So this is a simple way of calculating it. However, in actual life, the returns calculation is not so easy, because what happens is from time to time you keep investing and from time to time you take the money out. So at a certain point of time, how would you know that how much return right now it has given from the beginning of the investment? So the simplest method to calculate that is compounded annual gross return, CAGR. So what is CAGR? CAGR is nothing but the absolute return in yearly terms. So suppose you are making a return of 10% on the first year and again a return of 10% in the second year. What happens is when you get the return in first year, at the starting point of the second year, it is already increased. So the next 10% you are getting on the increased amount. So you have to calculate the returns accordingly. So what will happen is 1.1 into 1.1, it will be 1.21. So in 2 years you are getting 21% return. However, because you are calculating CAGR, that's why you are getting 10% per year. Now let us talk about XIRR. So what is this XIRR? XIRR full form is Extended Internal Rate of Return. So when CAGR is calculated for various amounts of money invested at a point of time and taken out at different points of time, that is called internal rate of return. So XIRR can be calculated in an Excel sheet. So now with an example, I will explain how to calculate XIRR in your Excel sheet. So suppose I am making an investment of 100 rupees on 1st of January 2015 and I am taking out 150 rupees on 1st of January 2018. So what I get is I get a return of 50 rupees in 3 years. If you calculate XIRR using the XIRR formula in Excel, you get 50 rupees in 3 years. That translates to 14% approximately in CAGR terms. So we say that the XIRR of the investment is 14%. However, in this case, the XIRR, the CAGR, everything is same. But this is not the case if you have invested and taken out money at different points of time. So in this example, suppose you are investing 100 rupees on 1st of January 2015. Then you take out 50 rupees out of that on 1st of January 2016. Then what you do is you invest that 50 rupees again back in on 1st of January 2017. And when you see your portfolio on 1st of January 2018, you see you have a total amount of 150 rupees. So now we will calculate how to calculate the XIRR. So as you can see from the XIRR formula, just we have to put in the values. So there are three things which are to be put. The first is the values, the second is the date, and third is the guess. So we will talk about guess later. Guess is an approximation which you can skip as well. So, but just by putting the values and the dates, we can find the XIRR. So what we see is now the percentage return comes to around 17%. So how did this happen? In the earlier example, we got the return as 14%, while in this we are getting the return of 17%. So what we need to see is for a period of 1 year, 50 rupees was not there in the portfolio. So for a less amount of money, the same return is generated. So that's why the return percentage which has come is more. Now we'll talk when can XIRR be helpful to you. See, when we are doing SIP investments in mutual funds, or we are buying and selling the shares at different points of time, and we want to find out how much total return the share has earned. So in this type of a case, you just need to put the values in the Excel, and you need to put the dates, and you need to use the XIRR formula. Using that, you can find the XIRR. However, make sure that you put the sign of the value correctly. When you are investing, if you are taking a positive sign, so when you are taking out the money, you should maintain a negative sign. Otherwise, this formula will give an error. One more thing to take care is, remember I talked about the guess. So whenever the value is very close to zero, what happens is it is not able to calculate the value correctly. So you have to put in a guess figure. Suppose you are guessing it to be 3%, you have to write in 0.03. Then what happens is the computer starts the calculation from that value and reaches the final value. So whenever you find that the XIRR calculation value comes to 0, then use this trick and you will be able to get the answer. One more thing to take care. Suppose you have not finished your investment. Suppose some amount is still invested. So what do? You find the present value of that amount and you assume that today you are taking out that amount. So this last step of XIRR will be you write the value which is there in your portfolio as of today and today's date. And in this way you can find the XIRR from the beginning of the first investment to the present day. This is a primary and very effective and easy method to take care of the returns of your investments. Now we come to the last part of the video. Starting from this video, in every video I'll tell you about a story or a funda which you might not be knowing about, and it will be helpful to you in the future. So today's funda of the day is the following. Did you know that you can use XIRR to even calculate the return on your LIC or other insurance policies? Well, you didn't know it. Now you know it. So before signing off, I'll remind you all to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more such content. And you can also suggest me what all you want to see on this channel, and I can make videos related to finance and other things on this. Also, you can see my Twitter ID, my Facebook ID, and my Instagram page, wherein you can subscribe to those pages as well and receive financial stories and fundas from time to time, which will be very helpful for you. So signing off now, may you all have a very nice week ahead. Looking forward to your comments so that I can know what type of sessions would you like me to present. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.